What's up, Falcor here, and today we have another one. A blast from the past. A story time from my most interesting moments, and just like the last one, it involves being blacked out. I know in my last video, people were commenting about being blackout drunk. I'm telling you, it's been interesting. A lot of grotesque moments, a lot of funny moments, but all in all, it was good fun, and I survived. That's the whole point. I survived. And with this story, I hope that I can help you survive the next one. Just like the last one, it just so happened I was dating somebody at the time. I just happened to have some interesting moments, where it involves the person that I'm dating. So let's go and bring it back. During this time, it was around like 2016, I believe. And me and this girl were seeing each other, and we both had a mutual best friend. For the sake of this story, let's use some aliases, if you will, for our girls. The girl that I was dating, her name was Diane. Our mutual best friend, her name was Sydney. That's the names we're going to be using because I don't want to divulge anybody's names. Yes, some privacy. Gotta have some privacy in here. So anyway, me and Diane, we were dating, and Sydney was dating her boyfriend at the time. Well, Sydney was having a birthday coming up, and she wanted to have a couples retreat, if you will. Her decision was that she wanted to go to Nashville, Tennessee. If you've ever been to Nashville, Tennessee, it's kind of like a college town type, and bar hopping, that's kind of like the thing, and obviously huge in music. So you got bars, you got music, you got the alcoholics, you have a good time. You go to Nashville to have a good time. That's what she wanted to do, and that's what we did. So it was the day of her birthday, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember if it was actually her birthday that day, but that was the day that she wanted to go out, and that's what we did. Leading up to that day, her boyfriend at the time, he was very generous. He actually did a lot for her, as far as money-wise. He was weird. He was like, I've got loads of money. Let me spend it on you. Well, he did. So he actually purchased a helicopter ride for both the girls, Diane and Sydney. And I ended up meeting them up there. I think I had to work that day, so I ended up driving up there later. He paid for the hotel for both of us, for both groups, for me and Diane and Sydney and himself. We'll call him Joe. His name is Joe. We all met up, and this is where the night kind of kicks off. Dress nice, get our best shoes on for the dancings, because that's where maybe we'll go dance, maybe I'll twerk. I don't know. Who knows? I'm the twerker in the group. Who knows what's going to happen? The hotel lobby actually had a bar. I should have known right away. I should have seen what this night was going to become. Because as soon as we get to the lobby, we go ahead and order a drink. We take a lemon drop shot. It was like 99%, Citron vodka and like 1%, sour. It was literally the strongest lemon drop I've ever had in my entire life. We down the shot. Next thing we do, we're going to get our, Uber to the bar stretch, if you will. The first place we go is just some, place where you can have some burgers or some wings. We go to the bar, we order food. It's kind of one of those, like, order food. You go and kind of sit wherever you want to sit, type deal, and you can order drinks. Well, he's like, hey, buddy, let's bro out for a second. Let's bro. I don't know my country accent. Because to me, he was a real Southern type dude. He's like, hey, buddy, what kind of drink do you like, man? And I was like, hey, you know what? I don't really do this a whole lot. I don't know. Maybe back in the day, I used to, have a Jaeger shot or two. Well, he's like, I got you. Remember, this guy was like, I'm gonna go all out. He gets me a Jaeger shot. I'm like, yeah, bap. Jaeger shots are not that great. They're not that great. You just kind of, suffer through it. I had my Jaeger shot, and this guy's like, let's go hard, brother. He orders me another shot. I'm like, okay, let's get that shot. I throw it back. I'm like, okay. I've already had 3 shots. It's been like 45 minutes. Let's take it easy a little bit. Well, we have our food, which is great. Eat if you're going to go out drinking. Well, we eat. We finish our food, and I'm kind of already feeling a buzz coming. We progress on. We start hopping from bar to bar. Then the next place we want to go is like kind of like a more let's kind of hang out. Let's hang out at like a dive bar type deal, and kind of communicate with people. This one's a little bit more active, than most dive bars. I mean, there's people like everywhere. So I don't know if he's even classified as a dive bar, but we go in there and we're having a good time. This is where things get really interesting. Let me go ahead and throw this in there. This dude's like 6'2". He might not be 6'2", but to me, he's 6'2". He's probably, realistically, he's like 6 foot. I'm a whole whopping 5'8". At the time, I was like $150, $155. This guy he's got some pounds. He's got some weight on him. You know, he's a pretty muscular guy. He's pretty huge. I'm like, this tiny little dude, with like baby muscles and whatnot. The two, as far as their capacity of drinking, are different. That didn't stop me. This is where everything just absolutely goes wild. We're walking around in this place. We're having a couple of drinks, and Diane comes to me and is like, hey, these guys over here started hitting on us, but I think they want to buy us drinks. Are you okay with that? In my head at the time, I was like, shoot, yeah, you're going to save me money. If he wants to buy you a drink, I don't care. Well, we're going home together, so you go get your drinks, girl. Go get your drinks. Free drinks. Well, Sydney was the same thing. She was like, hey, let's go together. All these guys were hitting on him, and they were trying to buy him drinks. Joe did not like that. He did not like that one bit. Absolutely, was just livid. I don't know what happened. They go off and they start getting hit on. They get like 1 or 2 drinks bought for him, and they come back and then they go off, get like another drink bought for him, and he's getting pissed. Joe over here is like not having it. Well, instead of like vocalizing it to everyone, like, hey, I don't really like this, he decides he wants to spill his heart to me. Like, hey, man, listen, I'm just so in love with Sydney, but I don't like this now. I'm getting pissed. He's just getting pissed. He's telling me that he loves Sydney. He's just in love with her. I'm just trying to explain to him in the most, settling way that it's okay. It's fine. Nothing's happening, but some drinks are being bought. He didn't like it. It didn't matter. He just was getting pissed. So his solution to everything was, I'm going to get drunk, and you're getting drunk with me. Are you ready for it, boy? I wasn't ready. Well, being the competitive type person that I am at the time, he starts ordering rounds. And mind you, remember, he wants to pay for everything. So I'm like, okay. We go to the bar. He asks the bartender, give us a shot. I think at the time it was like Fireball. It doesn't matter. It's Fireball or some other whiskey, Jack. I don't know. At the time I was pretty tipsy. So I didn't really care what we were drinking. We throw back a shot. And then he slaps a table as if that was like the universal sign for give me another. We're about 4 shots in the span of like 30 minutes. Do not do this. Do not do this. It is hitting me pretty hard. Finally, he levels off. Things started getting a little bit woozy. The girls finally come back. He kind of calms down a little bit. But remember, he's like 6'2", and I'm like 5'8". About 45 minutes later, everything starts coming crashing down on me. I lose sight of reality. Okay? I lose sight of what's going on around me. And there are moments that I remember coming to, and then like the next thing I close my eyes, and then we're at some like rinky-dink bar with like 5 people in it. And then I'm like sitting at the bar, and me and Joe over here are having another very close conversation. How did I get here? And then it happens again. The next thing I know, I phase out, and then I come back to life, and I'm walking downstairs. And I remember looking back upstairs, and that no one was like, Sydney was gone, Diane was gone, Bo Joe over here was gone. Everyone was gone. I'm just walking down the stairs by myself. I'm a wild animal off a leash right now, and no one's taking care of me. At one point, I get to the bottom of the stairs, and I'm in the street. Hundreds of people walking up and down. Where am I? Well, at one point, finally, like it all comes up. I go to this little alley. I throw up, and then I come back, and then I like somehow consciously feel my phone vibrate, and I'm like, oh, happens to be Diane. I answer the phone. Hey guys, where you at? Colton, where you at? I remember looking up and seeing the sign. I'm like, I'm under this big old sign that says insert bar name here, and they're like, you're downstairs. Stay there. Okay. I stay there. A few minutes pass, and they show up, and then it starts getting worse. I started going in and out and in and out, and I'm just hearing like bits and pieces of conversation. At one point, old Joe Bob over here is like, "You guys want to go to the strip club?" And I remember under my breath, I can't handle the strip club. I ain't gonna make it. Diane, bless her heart, love her to death. She's over here like, guys, I don't think he's gonna make it. Mentally, I said it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Well, there was a decision made. You know, Diane's like holding my hand, and we're going through this crowd. We're going through this crowd, and I'm like looking at people. My eyes are looking like this, and I'm like I'm being carried. Finally, the leash is there, and it's carrying me through these people so that I can survive. We finally get to a sidewalk, and I remember hearing, "Hey, how about?" You know, I think Diane was the one saying this. How about, you know, I take him to the hotel, and like we get back to the hotel and we make sure he's okay. And everybody, and you know, Joe and Sydney over here is like, yeah, like, you know, that's fine. You go ahead and do that. And if you feel like you want to, you know, meet us at the club, you know, you go ahead and do that. The fuse was already lit. Okay, I threw up once already. Well, we call the Uber. Okay. If you're easily disgusted, just kind of fast forward about 30 seconds. We get in the Uber. We're riding. We're headed back to the hotel. And my body decided, it's time, brother. It's time. And for some reason, Joe's voice is in the back of my mind. It's time, brother. It's time for you to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And I can just feel it. Diane looks me dead in my eye and says, "Don't you dare throw up in this Uber." And she had such a commanding voice, I must obey. But my body, you're not going to obey this. So there were two forces acting at the same time. I started to throw up. It come up. It don't come up. And it was in my mouth. And I just slapped my face. And my cheeks looked like chipmunks have gathered a winter's worth of nuts. And it was all in there. She literally said, "Don't do this. Do not throw up in this Uber." And so mentally, somehow, I was like, "You put that back in. You put it back in there right now." And I did. I swallowed it. Don't shame me for it. I had to listen to Diane. She was very commanding, and I'm sure she would have beat me. So I swallowed it all down. I put it back in my tum-tums. It's disgusting. I know it's absolutely disgusting, but I swallowed it back down, and we finally made it to the hotel. And I get back, and I'm like, I'm obviously, you know, I'm hightailing it. You know, I'm quick stepping, if you will. I'm trying to make it to the hotel room. She's pushing me, you know, guiding me to areas. We get into the elevator. We go up. We get into our room. I'm like, "Give me that toilet. You give me that toilet right now." I threw up. Diane, you know, I love her to death. Even to this day, I love her to death. She took care of me. It was kind of roles reversed. It wasn't her hair that I was, you know, holding. It was mine, even though I had short hair. But you get what I'm saying. She was helping me. She was guiding me and keeping me safe. I threw up just about all night. I remember very distinctively that at one point, I was in the fetal position, being spooned by Diane and just saying thank you. And just holding her. I guess essentially she was holding me, but I was so grateful because I was drunk. I was gone. I was blasted. That was a night that I semi blacked out throughout the night. I guess most people kind of want to call it a brownout. I don't know if that's like a terminology. I didn't really look it up, but that's kind of what was happening. It was a very long night, but short for my brain, because the next morning I was very much reminded of all the things that I had done while I was browning out / blacking out. It was a rough night. I mean, it was a rough night. I was pretty sure that I was like, hey, this is a night. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get some. You know what I'm saying? Well, it didn't happen. I was being spooned instead, which is still great. It's still good. If there's anything you learn from this entire story, just know never, never have a drinking contest with the Hulk. Because in my eyes, I'm a shrimp. This guy was the Hulk, standing like 6'2", and he wanted to see who would drink the most. I assure you that he won. He won. I really hope you guys enjoyed that story. Shout out to Diane. You know, she'll probably recognize that it's not actually Diane, it's her alias, but fantastic person. She took care of me that night. I hope I didn't ruin the night. I never really got reminded or told that I ruined the night. Everybody said they still had fun. It was a fun story to tell, and I've told it a few times to other friends and stuff like that that were not there. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a like. If you really enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and join us in this journey as we grow this channel into fun, goofy stuff. That's what it's all about. But I hope you liked it, and thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. This is Falcor. Out. See ya.